It's hard to imagine, I know, but envision the Imagineers behind the scenes seeing Star Wars Galaxy's Edge open and the final ride just about to open and saying to themselves, what about an expansion? Today I'm going to go over the idea of a possible expansion at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and why I believe that Disney is not just thinking about it, but they're already working on it. The anticipation for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge reached levels that I don't think any of us have ever seen before. The hype around it, the idea of being immersed in an environment that was totally like a movie set, walking into Star Wars. And when it came true, a lot of us walked in and we were super excited, went on Smuggler's Run, really enjoyed it, but the land itself is more than just an attraction. It's an immersive experience. Even before Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened, we discussed the idea of roving droids, and we haven't seen those. We also haven't seen transportation to and from certain resorts, which haven't opened yet, by the way, and the idea that these things are still in motion and that Disney may right now be considering an expansion to a land that is brand new, I know may seem almost impossible, but I think that Disney is always looking forward. One of the biggest reasons why I believe Disney is already working on an expansion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is dining. At Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you've got two versions of quick service, Ronto Roasters and Docking Bay 7, and you've got a bar lounge area, Oga's Cantina. But what about something more sit down? It wasn't too long ago when we were thinking about a possible scenario where Disney would add more to Toy Story Land, and sure enough, what happened? Disney announced a sit-down restaurant for Toy Story Land coming very, very soon. Toy Story Land opened in June of 2018, and then a year later, in August of 2019, they announced the official backyard barbecue where you'll be able to sit down and enjoy a meal with your Toy Story pals. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Walt Disney World opened in August of 2019, so given those time frames, I would not be shocked at all if in summer or late fall 2020, we found out about a sit-down restaurant coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now that's not all. I don't think it's just going to be dining. I personally believe that there is another attraction that Disney may have up their sleeves after the opening of the Star Wars Hotel. The reason I think that that's the case is because Disney sees the power of Star Wars, and they know that if they create something truly outstanding, it will bring guests to Walt Disney World for generations to come. And one way that I think they like to connect the story is with Star Tours. Looking at Star Tours, you can see the story changes as new movies come out. The new movie comes out, you get new scenes that take you to new places. What if they had another attraction that kind of followed with that storyline? Maybe, possibly, they're considering an attraction right now that kind of ties in with future storylines of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Another reason why I believe that an expansion is not only probable, it's probably already planned, is because do you remember way back when we were thinking about the experiments that Disney was doing with that robot that jumped in the air and did something like really, really high, like just jumped way up in the air, something a human could never do for performances in the future. Now it's true that a robot like this could be used around Walt Disney World at many different attractions and shows, but possibly, and I believe the idea behind it was to somehow incorporate it in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We kept hearing about these things at the same time, so it would only make sense to have those roving droids and this thing that jumps up in the air to maybe show the Force or someone on a jetpack like Boba Fett or Jango Fett kind of flying through the air. It would be unbelievable. So I don't think Disney has stopped imagining when it comes to Star Wars. The big question on all of our minds, what could be the time frame for something like this? Well, that is a very difficult question to answer, because if we look at Pandora World of Avatar, we all thought that there was going to be an update to Pandora soon, really, really soon, and we waited and we waited and we waited, and there's still no update. That being said, the second movie has not come out yet, and there are more movies to come, but imagine the same kind of thinking. As the new movies come out, you create new things at the land. Think about Pirates of the Caribbean. The ride inspired the movie, which re-inspired the ride. The same kind of idea that I'm thinking about for both Star Wars and Pandora. Those are my thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Do you think Disney has some secret strategy to create new attractions, maybe new dining venues at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Or do you think that is so many years away that they're not even in the planning process? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me. Until next time, have a magical day.